Hi, I'm Lottie and I'm an artist and maker who makes things from cardboard and paper. I make great big things and I make teeny tiny little things. So I've got a little cactus here and I've got here, which was a kit for a botanist. So it's a little box, it's got some tools in it. It's got some places for paperwork and a tiny little microscope for looking at bits of plants. Sometimes I make things which are wearable, so I have an astronaut's helmet, which might come in handy on our adventures through space. So I'm here with Little Inventors to give you some hints and tips for Ella's McLaren challenge.
Ella has challenged us to think like a McLaren engineer and design a way to travel through space safely, stylishly, comfortably and sustainably.
Once you've dreamt up your brilliant idea of how we can travel through space, you might want to turn your drawing into a prototype. A prototype is a great way of working through your invention ideas and developing them and seeing if you can improve them. So you've got to remember that when you're making a prototype, it doesn't have to look exactly like your drawing. It can be a development of it, so you can see what materials you can find and see whether you can find some design solutions as you're making. So to start with, you need to collect together a lot of materials. You can see here I've got different shaped bottles. And I've got things like tubes, but also look out for more unusual things in your recycling. So I've got some things like little plastic hooks from packaging, this funny shaped hanger, which could be an aerial or something, or maybe it could be the wings on your jet. I've got some interesting cardboard packaging and things like bubble wrap. Some smaller things you might find in drawers like lollipop sticks or straws, some old CDs. So collect all your materials together and then start thinking about them as not as what they once were, but maybe what they could be as components of your design. And remember to think like a McLaren engineer. When you're thinking about materials, think what materials would be best for what parts of your invention and also how they can look cool, because you want your invention to be bought by lots of humans and maybe even Martians. So this is my transporter to travel us through space in style in order to explore new worlds. So this main central curved section is the living quarters, and it's designed as a curve so that any rubbish flying towards us can be deflected off. I thought my invention could be powered by space junk. So space junk is all the rubbish which we as humans have left floating around in space from all of our different explorations up there. So I thought we could solve two problems, which was clearing up and tidying up space and then using that to generate power to power our spaceship. So this central section here, that's what that's doing. That's collecting all of the space junk and it is turning it into energy. So you can see that this little vortex is turning around and doing that job. You can see here I've used a bottle or two different bottles. Here's a coffee cup and here's some cardboard, and I've made it into a cone shape like this. And I've also added on some fins that fold out like this. And that's to collect anything that hits the front, and if it gets deflected off, if it's something which can be used to further power the ship, these fins can come out, capture it and fold it back in and lead it back down the piping system to the generator. So if you focus on one or two elements that you're particularly excited about, sometimes that helps getting you started. If you find yourself stuck as to how to begin, then just think of one element that you're particularly excited about on your design and make that, and then maybe make a second element and think about how those things can join together. Remember, it's really about having fun about how you develop your design and enjoying the process of coming up with a really great idea and a really great prototype. Remember as well to think about the sustainability of your ship. So for me, my idea was to power it with space junk, but you can maybe think of smaller features. So maybe the computers on your ship could be powered by the exercise bikes in the gym, or maybe your ship could have a fruit and veg garden in order to grow the fruit and veg for the people who are traveling, but also to help produce oxygen for the ship. If you're struggling with how to make things from cardboard, the Little Inventors website has loads of great videos, so enjoy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what your inventions are.